24-hour challenges are all over YouTube, and because I as usual haven't made a video in almost a month, I thought of the horrible idea to make a Minecraft horror game in 24 hours, with the only twist being that after the 24 hours are up, I must publish the game to mcpdl.com, and if it doesn't get approved, yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see the punishment. Now before we start the timer, we need to get a general idea of what we're actually making. Now one of my favorite game segments of all time is the daycare area in FNAF Security Breach. It's scary enough to feel tense, but still not so difficult that it just gets annoying. So with this in mind, my game will be taking place at the playground, where the player will have to collect notes scattered around the forest in order to defeat a big scary unholy being that looks like it came straight from hell. No, that's a totally original idea, I have no idea what you're talking about. So now that we have the general idea, let's start the timer and get to work. Alright guys, we're gonna add the time, and just like that, the time has started. To start off, we need a map. Now since this game takes place at an empty playground, I made a custom superflat world on superflat.crackedmagnet.com and used spruce sapling as the top block. After loading into the world, I realized the spruce saplings didn't work, and so planted the trees manually, added the cliff, which conveniently also works as a great way to hide the command blocks, and just like that, we have the entire map done in roughly 30 minutes. Now even though we are on a time limit, I still want the game to feel somewhat polished and not like it was made in 5 minutes. Something that this slide isn't helping a lot with. So we need to make some custom blocks. Luckily, Minecraft has something that makes my life 100 times easier. And this is of course the Blockbench Block Wizard, a tool created by Mojang themselves to make your lives a lot easier. And just like that, 1 hour later, we now have a custom slide, swing, and note. The two first ones are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll get back to the notes later, as they are gonna be pretty important. Oh, and it's at this point of the video I should probably mention that, as you can probably guess, this video will contain spoilers for the final game, so if you want to play through this without any spoilers whatsoever, you can download the game over on my Discord, play through it, and then come back later. And even though it seems like we made a lot of progress so far, if we include the breaks, it's still been around 3 hours, and we haven't even placed out a single command block. And if we factor in sleep and work, that means we only have about 9 hours left to make this game. And in this time we need to make a monster, all of the dialogue and gameplay, an ending, and a way for the player to actually start the game. After spending an excessive amount of time on the start of the game and the tutorial, we finally have a game that still sucks ass, but not as much as before. And yes, I spent way too long on this fade at the start of the game, so from now on you will see it in every single one of my games. Although at the moment, this game isn't even gonna scare the shit out of a 3-year-old, because all you can really do is go up to certain buildings and different areas and just examine them. So to fix this, we need some gameplay. Here's my plan for the game loop. The game will start off during daytime, where the player gets to explore a seemingly harmless playground and also get some hints of what's upcoming. After a little while, the player will get sleepy, take a snooze at the slide, and then wake up during nighttime, where they will then have to defeat the big scary monster that you saw in the thumbnail, a rat. Listen, I don't have a lot of time, and there's no way I'll be able to make something like a Slenderman and still have a game that's stable enough to start without my PC crashing. And besides, it's not like I anyway have the willpower to sit down for an hour trying to change the code for a mob preset because it doesn't work as it should.
1 hour later.
Yeah, so the rat is completely broken. I genuinely do not know what happened to this man. Why on earth does he have levitating? I can't with this, bro. I don't have any extra time. Why are you like this? The actual rat was made using the Blockbench Entity Wizard, a tool created by Mojang themselves to make your lives a lot easier. Unfortunately for me, however, the mob behavior I originally used, which was the Zoglin, doesn't allow us to properly guide where we want the rat to go. Also unfortunately for me, I am an absolute moron and have no idea how to actually program. So I just spent about 10 minutes straight up copying the code from a wither skeleton behavior, replacing the behavior of our original rat with the wither skeleton code, running into some issues, replacing the new code with the husk behavior, and then ultimately going back to the wither skeleton code when it finally worked. Oh, and it's probably about the time I update you on the time. Get it? Because time and we're on a time limit. No, okay. At the moment we have roughly 3 hours left if we account for sleep and work. And currently the game consists of a map, a main menu, and a rat that works about half the time. Which means we still need to make the rest of the gameplay, make sure everything works, and make an ending. Also, I should probably mention that I never ended up using the guiding properties of the Wither Skeleton, which means we literally just wasted 15 minutes of our time, but I'm sure that's not gonna end up ruining the game. Right, good morning, I just got back from work and we have 1 hour left. Now with me being the huge nerd with no life that I am, I wrote down every single command that we're still gonna need to place out during my coffee break. So after pausing the timer for 30 minutes, engulfing a cupcake, unpausing the timer and finishing the game up using the commands I had already written down, we ended up finishing the game with 30 seconds left of the timer. We have 1 minute on the clock. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with that. We're just gonna have to deal with it like that. Make a duplicate of the world, adventure mode, command blocks on, cheats off, and then name it that. Alright, that's time. Let's see what we've cooked. Okay, let's start by walking through all this. So now we're supposed to take a walk at this. Okay, so far I will say, looks very good. Now of course, I'm not allowed to change anything in this game, so whatever we have here is all we're gonna get. Now I don't think every player is gonna be in creative mode. I've got the default game mode to adventure mode, it's just that me. This is where it's a make or break, alright? So when we get close to this, we should see a rat. And I have never been so happy to see a deadly murder rabbit before. Wait, what? And he does chase you, which is very good. This should be it. Okay! Okay! Yes! Let's go! We managed to make a working horror game in 24 hours. That's right, I managed to make a Minecraft horror game in 24 hours. Except we didn't do it at all. If you paid attention, you probably heard me mention that I paused the timer for 30 minutes to eat a cupcake, which means even though we technically did it according to the timer, the game still took over 24 hours to make. That being said, the game somehow actually got approved, so if you want to play it, you can head over to the game page with the link in the description and download it for completely free. I also just published the full gameplay video of me playing through the game for channel members exclusively, so if you want to see that video and a lot more extra videos coming in the future, as well as just support me in general, check out the channel memberships to see if it's something that you would be interested in. And if you did enjoy this video, then also check out this video that's on your screen right now, where I made Plants vs Zombies in Minecraft, and it was just as big of a mess as this game. But apart from that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.